Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to Lady of the Unknown Oracle. My name is Sophie, and this is your February 2023 reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Kindly remember that this is a general reading and time is fluid, so apply what resonates currently and suspend the rest. This reading can be applied to relationships, career, and personal growth, as well as to the sign of Gemini wherever it presents in your birth chart. If you would like a personal reading with me, please see the information in the description box below or send me an email at ladyoftheunknown555@gmail.com. And with that, let's get started. So Gem, as I was doing your pre-shuffle, what I noticed is certain cards indicating parenthood come up. So this may involve a parent, you may be a parent, or this could sort of metaphorically symbolize that you are trying to grow into a particular capacity. You might be the proverbial child to somebody, or you're trying to nurture yourself. Okay, but in general, the idea of nurturing and supporting somebody is at the heart of what's going on with you. 10 of Pentacles is your overall energy, so this could indicate family. Again, this is the legacy, this is money. The King of Pentacles flipped out for you earlier in the pre-shuffle, so you may be the sole breadwinner of your family, or perhaps that is what your goal is. But in general, where your mind is at the moment and the situation coming in for February has something to do with the family unit, or just the wealth and the legacy and the foundation that you are trying to build for yourself that will be conducive to you being able to enjoy your community and give back to your community and really be at the center of someone respected in whatever it is that you do. This could indicate business as well. Just you want something that allows people to respect your name and respect what you provide and respect what you do. Okay, this could also be what you are currently doing. Right now for you, Gem, is the Seven of Swords. This could be you or someone that you're connecting with. Someone is avoiding something, avoiding an opportunity, avoiding connection, communication. Someone here is trying to cut a corner. Avoiding pretty heavily, moving in secret. The block is the Fool. You could be connecting with an Aries, but the block here is a leap of faith. You or someone you're connecting with is just not, they're not doing or not speaking because it feels risky. So they would rather not take the risk. They would rather not ask outright, or they would rather see if they could find a back way in. There's a lack of sincerity here. And I don't know why I think this might be a reversal reading, Gemini. You let me know in the comments below, but this just feels like there's a lack of sincerity here. Now, what is overlooking the energy, right? The best case scenario is the Eight of Cups. So this is indicative of putting some space between you and something, taking some time to really mull something over. Right now I'm focusing on the fact that this person is walking away. And as they're walking away, because they're dissatisfied with the cups, right? That's what the Eight of Cups indicates, is that yes, you've earned all of these cups, but you're still missing a couple. So you're moving on, moving forward to complete the set, complete up to the fulfillment. It's not enough just yet. So I wanna press that upon you, Gemini, is that it's not over yet. There's still room to discuss things. There's still room to move around. There's still room to figure things out. Okay? Whether it's you or the person you're connecting with, someone here is also not satisfied, and they are also trying to find the right answer. This lack of sincerity, this ingenuine person, it almost feels to me like they're not trying to come off that way. They just don't know what to say. Because there's a certain call to vulnerability here that they're not ready for. The reason it's all happening is the Eight of Pentacles. So work may be involved. Someone here, maybe a workaholic is what I'm getting very strong, because you've got the Ten of Pentacles being, you know, really a big energy here. With the Eight of Pentacles, this is someone where work is really at the forefront, or this is about someone here putting in so much work, either at home or into themselves, that it's almost like they're not paying attention to the big picture. They're like ignoring something, or someone feels neglected, or something here is not being taken care of. I want to also point out to you, Gemini, that these are very small energies, right? You do have the Fool here, but these are very small day-to-day energies. So whatever this is like something that's slowly chipping away at the daily satisfactions of your life, or at work, or between you and a spouse or a partner, or friendships, or even within yourself, right? There's something here that's just not quite matching up, and it's just every day slowly eating away. Recent past, you had the Tower. So this could indicate a Scorpio was recently involved, but this is somebody realizing something very, very critical to the situation. Some sort of foundation that was previously built was discovered to have been built on faulty assumptions, or poorly planned, poorly planned goals, or something here. It wasn't built on the strong enough foundation. Or it was the fact that somebody in the recent past just came across some information or an idea, something that really rocked things completely over, and now it's making someone here question, how do I even discuss this? It's like an elephant. There's an elephant in the room now. How do we go about this? What are we doing? Let's talk about it, right? We didn't just find this information out just to not talk about it. To me, I'm not even going to lie to you, Gemini, it feels like someone got caught doing something, or someone almost got caught doing something. Whatever this is, it's like kind of threatening the stability here, because communication is so important. Communication and being present is so important, that if someone here pulls away from whatever this is, it sort of threatens the integrity of what has been built. So you have to be careful. What's coming in, please? Six of Cups. Children might be involved. So remember when I was talking to you just now about the pre-shuffle, right? It felt very family-oriented, provider-type energy. This to me is reading strongly of a family situation, Gemini. So for those of you where this is family, you know, this reading is going to resonate just card for card, probably very, very, it's going to be very relevant and very applicable to what you're experiencing right now. For those of you where it is not family, but it is still dancing along the lines of long-term legacy, long-term finances, career, and just in general, your own personal growth and being authentic to yourself and making choices that are fulfilling to your heart and not deceiving yourself, right? Then please take it in that light. But the Six of Cups coming in is indicating that either there are children involved, or there are people that you have known, or a version of yourself that you have known. And something about this is going to play an important role in how you decide to step forward. The Six of Cups indicates that something is being shared as well. So if you have been involved in a situation where you or someone you're connected to has been unusually guarded or holding back, you're going to share an experience with each other. It may not be the information you want to discuss, but it's going to be the emotions that are necessary to discuss. Someone will be sharing their emotions, how much they miss the way something used to be. There may be an apology for some, sort of like a peace offering, but there's a lot that happened in the recent past, and I don't think that this is going to be enough to really reconcile and ignore all of the discussion that needs to happen first. The energy coming in is going to be very like an olive branch, something very peaceful, but it almost feels again like someone is going to try to use that as a way to avoid discussing something bigger. All right. How you feel at the current moment, Gemini, is temperance. You could be connecting with a Sagittarius, but you're just trying to find a solution. I feel like you're not trying to jump ship or completely scrap anything or completely start over, but it does feel like you're trying to heal from something. It feels like you've gone through whatever this tower was and you're just trying to figure out what page everyone is on, so that way you know how to continue to move forward. Right? You're trying to heal something. You're trying to be patient. You're trying to find solutions and find a middle ground. It's very difficult what you're trying to do right now, Gemini. I have to tell you, you are very well equipped to do this. But it does feel difficult, but also bringing attention to the fact that temperance is a major arcana. So the energies here for the patience and the healing and the solution orientation, that is much bigger than all of this daily stuff. So I feel like at the end of it, Gemini, you will find a solution. You will find a solution because you are being offered something where someone may have been completely withdrawn. They're going to take that chance, that vulnerability. They will open up. Or you will open up to a possibility that is better for you. But you will find that middle ground. What is in your environment currently, or what the divine is sending you, is the Eight of Swords. So a moment of standstill, right? I feel like this is where you are now, Gemini, while you are in a space of patience and contemplation and solutions. I feel like at the same time, you might also feel stuck because you can only move as quickly as the people around you. This feels like a team effort, and you can't progress forward unless everyone else is on the same page. But with the Eight of Swords, this is also an indication that you in your mind are wondering and questioning whether where you are is going to lead you in a particular direction. You've got you have 3 eights here, which is indicative of Leo, right? That's strength, which is Leo energy. So you could be connecting with a Leo. But this is significant because this is discussing how you are managing your energy. Strength asks you to neither be too harsh and nor too gentle, right? So it's about finding, it's like the Hulk trying to find just the right amount of strength to use to hug someone much smaller than them. Think Superman, trying to find a way to keep his strength down low enough to offer just enough pressure for a good hug to someone they love without using too much force. Right? Having full control over yourself. That is the challenge. In these day-to-day aspects, how are you able to manage the working, the continuing to fight for your family, or continue to fight for this job, this career, your own personal growth? How are you able to continue moving forward with all of the standstills? And how are you able to continue to move around all of these other people or other situations that constantly stop you or make you question what's going on? But you're doing so very well, Gemini. What you are scared of is the Four of Wands. So I'm noticing that between Aries and Scorpio as well, there's this general sense of a fear of success. Now, the Four of Wands to me indicates also a home or a company. So Gemini, where this is not success per se, it can, because the Four of Wands talks about you having put a lot into something, and now that you've received the results, you are able to celebrate the foundation that you've built. But like we discussed with the recent past, there's a fear here that perhaps something is faulty about this new foundation, or that if you continue forward in the previous sense, you will continue to build on a cracked foundation. It can also be just the home, a fear that the home is tainted, the home is ruined. A stable connection you had with someone is, questionable now. Will we lose the house is something I'm also seeing. What is the outcome, please? The Lovers. Gemini, this is you standing in full force. This is your energy. The Lovers, I am not reading this as a couple. I'm reading this as an ultimate decision that is best for you. If you are in a partnership, this is about you both choosing what is best for yourselves. Now, for some, if this is about a family matter where there are children involved, if there was some kind of breach in trust, you will reach an agreement. Whatever you decide to do is going to benefit the two of you. Now, I'm getting different scenarios. I'm getting, for some of you, right, you will decide to stay together for the children, knowing that your relationship has suffered permanent damage, but you cannot imagine living a life without living in the same home and raising the kids together. So you are both agreeing that the best decision for you both on an individual level is to be close to the kids but not be with each other. And so there's going to be sort of a situation where maybe you live more like roommates, right? You find a way to live cordially but not in the same sense that you did prior. There is definitely something here that may not be easily reconciled. All right, but that could be one scenario. That is definitely one that I am seeing. Another one that I'm seeing is that there is a decision to co-parent. Go your separate ways. That will make both of you very happy. And because you are still friendly, right, finding that solution to co-parent, that would be a good outcome. Others of you, this is about a blended family, two people meeting, trying to figure out exactly how to get the homes meshed together, because there's still someone here on the outside trying to infiltrate a good thing. So I'm seeing a lot of different things for you, Gemini. It really depends on how it resonates for you. There are other possibilities this could be, so please apply that as it resonates. For others of you where this is not family, right, this is just about you choosing from your heart the path that you feel is most compatible with your sense of direction, your heart, where you see yourself and what you believe in your gut is the most fulfilling direction for you, something that brings you back to childhood, something that you have always loved, something that even you are doing in the name of somebody who you loved, right? Something here holds a tremendous amount of meaning for you. But because of what's happened in the past, you question how well you can do it or if it's worth doing. But you're finding a way, and I want to reiterate that for you, Gemini, is that you will find a way. You will find a way to blend this out and make it work. This is your energy as well. This to me, so I kept this card in this deck to indicate a surefire confirmatory. There is definitely another person that you are connecting with, Gem. So when I see this card, this is telling me that this reading will resonate very, very much for either someone who is connecting with another person outside of themselves in an intimate way, right? A romantic partnership or a friendship whose inception was intended to develop into something romantic. Or this is you within yourself, Gemini, grappling right now with something that was done to you from somebody who was intimate with you, right? Not romantically, I'm getting. For you in this scenario, it would be somebody who just had access to your heart. And because of that, it is affecting the way you move in other intimate relationships. Those are the two sort of biggest types of storylines that I'm getting, seeing this as the overall energy for this clarifying deck. With the Seven of Swords, somebody's not saying something, someone is avoiding the discussion. With the High Priestess, someone is being very secretive. You could be connecting with a Virgo, Gemini. But someone here is definitely avoiding the topic, and they already know the answer. They already know how they feel about this. They just haven't spoke their truth yet. With the Fool being in the block position, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Somebody who is not afraid, someone who is afraid right now of taking that leap of faith, who is not planning right now to jump the gun and do what is in their best interest. Somebody here does see themselves as being single from the situation, or at the very least, not even being attached to anything in the situation at all. Someone here feels completely independent from it, and the only thing that is missing is them actually physically leaving the situation. Otherwise, it almost feels like this person has checked out. They know what they want to say, but they just haven't said it, and they haven't done physically what they actually feel like doing. The Eight of Cups, as the best case scenario, is the Two of Swords. So the situation has not come to an end. Someone is still seeking fulfillment. They just don't know how. And Gem, I feel like you and this person are deeply intertwined. That's why I am at this point really generalizing who I'm directing this reading to, because I can't even tell if this is for you or for them. Someone here is, they don't even know where they can even, if it's even possible to be fulfilled in this situation anymore. Where this is not family, this is career. Right? This is something very tangible. Someone here is not even sure that they are happy staying here. If it's even worth it to wait. If it's even worth it to endeavor themselves to see what happens. With the Eight of Pentacles being at the root of everything, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Someone here may have received a new job opportunity. For others, this is just about someone really, you know, the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles is making the 9. So to some, right, you'll know, Gemini, if you are connecting with someone who feels like they're kind of spaced out, or they have distanced themselves from you and the thing that you both agreed you would do together, if you are noticing that they are distant, something that you'll probably notice too is that they have taken a special interest in some other activity, some other dedication, some other commitment. It's the thing that is separating them from the situation. They're not even tapped into the connection anymore. They're not even tapped into the partnership anymore. They might do the bare minimum to get by through the day, but you'll notice that they are pulling themselves away, because the reason all of this is happening is because someone has decided to dedicate themselves to something that maybe wasn't part of the agreement or part of the situation. Someone's just, they're absent. Someone is just absent. They're working on themselves, which for this person is a very positive aspect of the process. It's the only real silver lining this person sees here. Because in the past with the Tower, whether it was a Scorpio, could be a Libra, some kind of significant point of clarity came. And I'm not going to lie, for some of you, this is divorce. This could be a discussion of divorce, or some kind of situation that really does call into question whether or not the contract should still hold. This is like a breach of an agreement is what this is in the recent past. This is the breaching of an agreement. Something was supposed to be a certain way, and someone completely forewent the terms of the agreement. And so it is like, this is like the silence after the situation. Something was discovered, something was initiated, something was found out, something was clarified. Could have to do with legalities. If it's not about legalities, it is just about the fact that someone really just, the foundation for this agreement was not on solid ground. Someone messed up somewhere, or someone realized that they agreed to something that they didn't actually in reality agree to. This could be like agreeing to a job that you thought would turn out differently, and now you're like, wow, this is actually not what I wanted. Now you're trying to figure out how to talk to your boss about more money, right? Why did you tell me it was this when really now I'm seeing that it was that? Lack of fulfillment, trying to figure out what to do, maybe make some money on the side, whatever it is, right? Apply it as it resonates, but something here is just, it's not what you thought it was at the onset. Coming in with the Six of Cups, you've got the Ace of Wands. For some, this is about two sons, two brothers, but otherwise, this is about just really revisiting a memory of better times, and then asking yourself, if I could start over, where would I put myself? Because it feels to me, Gemini, like you or someone you're connected to is imagining a better situation. And remember how I said an olive branch might be extended. That staff sure does look like a branch. This could be like a peace offering of someone just trying to apologize. And that might be all it is, Gem. It really might just be an apology. Because someone here is thinking realistically that something is just not worth the shake anymore. But you know what? With the Six of Cups and the Ace of Wands coming in, this feels to me like this is a conversation that has needed to be had for quite a while. And it does feel to me like if this is a situation of separation, co-parenting, or someone just not being completely honest from the get-go and now that is coming out, I feel like both parties, or all parties, however many there are, will be receptive and understanding of the situation and travel through it with a solution in mind. I do believe that the resolution to this will be very clean and uncomplicated. With Temperance, we have clarifying it. We have Libran energy with the Empress. Right? This is definitely about finding that middle ground, and especially with emphasis on a mother figure or the self-love, making sure that everyone in the situation is taken care of. Everyone is being looked after. Everyone is tending to themselves and making sure that they are emotionally, mentally, physically well. This is about making sure that everyone comes out a winner. Everyone comes out with as minimal loss as possible. With the Eight of Swords being what's in the environment or what the divine is bringing you, Gemini, we have the Four of Swords. So this is going to be finally put to rest. The self-doubt, the uncertainty of what is to come, maybe even feeling surrounded by thoughts that you have no control over. Finally, right, the Four of Swords comes after the Three. The pain, the painful conversation, the truth, the heart of the matter will be discussed. You know, it will be purged. Whatever this situation is, it will be purged. And you will finally be in a space where you can make a decision on what to do next and actually get a full night's rest. For some of you, this has really been a stressful situation. So you're going to take time away to really meditate on it, to think on it, to sleep on it. But finally, you'll have an answer and you'll have something to go off of. With what is in your fear for the Four of Wands is the King of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. But for some of you, this is about the fact that you are the parent, right? You're the breadwinner. You are, for some, this is about your company, right? This is about your business, who you work for even. But either way, this is about questioning where you stand now that this foundation is compromised. Where does this put you? Where do you go now? In a sense, this situation plays into your identity, Gemini, to an extent, right? There's a lot that's been invested, time, energy, commitment. People, things have been invested. People have invested themselves into this. So the question is, now that in a sense we are sort of starting over, where does that put me? And your fear is that you are not able to continue forward and not be respected maybe in the same way, or to continue where you left off, to be dismantled in a sense. But I want you to know, Gemini, that I am not seeing you or anyone in particular really failing at anything, right? There's a clear divide here of something that was very heavy, something that required purging, discussing. That's what's coming in for you, is some kind of an agreement or an understanding. For some, this is like a renewal, just revisiting the topic and moving forward in a way that's different than you had previously, right? But no one is losing. So Gemini, if the picture changes on you and this wasn't what you thought it would turn into at this point in time, it won't feel like a loss. With this being your energy and the outcome, it's being clarified by the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is about retention. It is about being conservative. It's about saving money. So I will say this. If this has anything to do with your financials, Gemini, you will be able to leave the situation with just enough to save. If you have enough money right now or enough resources right now, take this situation, if you find that it resonates, and make sure you hold on to your money. Make sure that you save it. Because if through the correction or the resolution of this situation, finances come into play or things become untangled, you may find yourself with expenses you were not expecting. Especially if this has anything to do with a divorce or separation. Even if you don't divorce, the separation itself may require funds or require certain resources that you might find yourself really short on if you're not budgeting accordingly. Now, for others of you, this indicates a partnership where you do stay together, but just barely. Just barely. You're hanging on by a string, and it's more of just to see what happens. Again, it's giving me sort of like that two parents that are deciding to stay with the kids, you know, stay for the kids, but they themselves are just gonna be more of like a roommate situation. That's what it feels. It feels very, you know, just conservative. That's what the Four of Pentacles is. You're holding on to the important stuff, but everything else you're letting go, right? So the kids, or what the other dependents, so to speak, is what is holding you guys together and what's holding the situation together. But outside of that, it's not the partnership itself. In a similar sense, if this is career, this is about you holding on to the most important aspects of your current job and sticking with it until you can find something better, right? Or it's about saving your money so that now that you are revisiting this old idea and being ignited with this new motivation and inspiration, you can leave your previous employment, pursue what you want to pursue, right? Find a way to make it work. Your multiple sort of projects or ideas, make it work. Focus on yourself. Again, you're not losing, Gemini. However this resonates for you, there's no losing here. You're playing it out very, very methodically. So, and the multiple people who are involved, or the multiple parts of yourself that you are trying to take care of during this situation, you're doing so in a very mature way, in a very thoughtful way. So you're not going to lose. This could be you trying to make two jobs work, working part-time, right? Those are just the storylines that are coming to me right now, Gemini. But please take as it resonates, okay? But I am seeing a preservation of a relationship, or the preservation of money, career path, energy, very conservative. Holding on to what's important and letting the rest go because you are trying to find another way to make something better. Guidance, please, for Gemini. Guidance, please, for Gemini. Soul solitude. Your soul needs attention. There are moments when it's important to get away, not just from the noise of the outside world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet. A place for soul solitude. This is a time to pause, a time to reflect, and a time for you. Now what I'm getting here is a significant emphasis on this part right here of the Eight of Swords and the Four of Swords. The thing that is either in your environment now or will be very soon is going to be a pause, a time to separate, a time to consider, a time to pause. This part of your journey, Gemini, is going to be critical to the next steps, because in this period is where you will be able to really reconfigure where you stand in the solution of things, right? You're trying to integrate different elements of your situation. You're trying to find a solution, a way that everyone is satisfied, or a way that pleases everyone. This will come to fruition. It'll come, the idea in its greatest, fullest form will come to you when you are in this space of solitude. So if you are not asking for the solitude, if you are not asking to be alone in that time, if even a part of you is kind of cursing, oh, sorry about that. If part of you is even cursing the process or what recently happened, if any part of you is cursing it, understand that this is a very necessary part of deciding where this goes next. There is a very important aspect that is being revealed to you, so that in this time of solitude, you know exactly where to go, exactly what to do, exactly what to say. So while it might be uncomfortable, this is actually where you will reap the most benefit, is in this time of solitude. and take all the time you need, Gemini, because this feels like a very weighty situation. And whether you knew it was a long time coming or not, right? Whether this was already on shaky ground and you had your suspicions, it doesn't make this part of the process any easier to stomach. This feels hard because it feels like there are many people involved. It feels like the repercussions of this outcome will affect multiple people, not just you. And it's fair for you to sit down and be concerned with that. So take the time you need to really consider what the next steps need to look like to make sure that everyone comes out a winner. Because that is absolutely the possibility, and it looks like that is exactly what is going to happen. No one will be coming out the loser, I'll tell you that. While it might be a little just uncomfortable, maybe even painful to an extent, the healing is actually going to come a lot faster than you expect it will. And because of how fair and how justly the situation is handled, I think you will find that the balance will be struck very, very quickly. And for those of you where this is not a painful ending per se, but more of an integration or an incorporation, there will likely be a step back before a step is taken forward. But this is good because what you're doing is you're combing out the knots. That's all it was a knot. It was something, a rough patch or a wrinkle that now, as you are ironing it out, is something that won't be an issue later down the road. Okay? Take time to think about it. Take time alone to rest and to meditate and to consider your next steps. And this will wrap up very beautifully, Gemini. All right? So my love, thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you, Gem. It is a privilege and an honor, as always, to be here in this space with you. I hope that this offered you clarity and guidance moving forward through the month. If you found that this resonated, feel free to comment below, like, share, and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can go to my website, which is in the description box below. You can also email me at ladyoftheunknown555@gmail.com. But if not, I will see you in the next set of readings for March 2023, and I will see you then. I love you very much, Gem, with all my heart, and until next time, I am wishing you blessings, health, safety, and a beautiful month. Until then.